Esteemed chairpersons, esteemed colleagues. Traditional medicine, based on centuries of experience and cultural traditions, is used by approximately 80% of the planet's population and is an integral part of the modern healthcare system. Currently, the role of traditional medicine and the need of its integration into the modern health system are growing worldwide. In 2025, WHO adopted global traditional medicine strategy for the next 10 years. The strategic objectives of the development of traditional medicine are strengthen evidence, ensure safety and regulation, integrate TCIM into health system, optimize its cross-sectional value. Traditional medicine in Russia has a rich centuries-old history. For many centuries, phytotherapy, apitherapy, bath procedures, gerudotherapy, aromatherapy, and manual techniques have been used as methods of folk medicine in Russia. There are over 190 ethic groups in Russia, each with its own healing traditions. Therefore, the range of folk medicine methods in Russia is very wide. Russia is unique in its application of natural therapeutic resources for medical purposes. Russia abounds in natural therapeutic resources of every type known worldwide. At present, there are 252 health and recreation areas and 1472 registered natural healing resources in Russia, including mineral water, therapeutic mud, and gases. The health resort complex of Russian Federation comprises 32 health resort facilities with a capacity over 1,065,000 beds. The Academic School of Russian Balneology is directly linked to the more than 100 years history of the National Medical Research Center for Rehabilitation and Balneology of the Russian Ministry of Health. It has approximately 3,000 studies and publications on the healing properties of natural therapeutic resources in the treatment and recovery of patients with various diseases. At present, the health resort complex of the Russian Federation provides treatment, recovery, and medical rehabilitation for citizens, as well as disease prevention based on the use of natural healing resources. It is an ideal base for the application of traditional medicine methods. The emergence of a domestic school of reflexology in Russia can be tracked back to the 1960s, when the first group of Soviet specialists was sent to China for 2 years of training. In 1976, the Central Research Institute of Reflexology was established under the auspices of the Russian Ministry of Health. Subsequently, in 1991, the Research Institute of Traditional Treatment Methods was established under the auspices of Russian Ministry of Health at the premises of the aforementioned institute. In the 21st century, traditional medicine has seen rapid development, and it currently occupies an important place in modern Russian healthcare. A coordination council of approving legal regulation in the field of traditional medicine have been established under the Russian Ministry of Health. In Russia, there are several professional associations operate in this field, including the National Professional Association of Traditional and Complementary Medicine and Professional Association of Reflexologists, the Russian Association of Manual Medicine, and Russian Orthopedic Association. Russia has developed a regulatory legislative framework. The concept of folk medicine has been legally adopted and consolidated in federal law of the Russian Federation. There are opportunities in the Russian Federation to apply traditional practices of foreign medicine within the existing regulatory framework, and many of them have already been incorporated into clinical practices of the medical rehabilitation. Traditional medicine is an important field of scientific research in Russia. The Russian scientific database currently contains more than 12,000 scientific papers on reflexology, 630 publications on manual therapy, and more than 107,000 scientific papers on traditional medicine in general. There are departments at medical universities that train doctors in traditional medicine. Over the past 70 years, Russia has trained more than 40,000 reflexologists and manual physicians. In Russia, there is a clear understanding that the safe and effective integration of traditional folk medicine methods into a clinical practice is only possible through the presence of scientific evidence. The development of science in the field of traditional medicine must meet the same strict standards as in areas of healthcare. This may require a new understanding of traditional medicine methods as well as modern scientific approaches to obtain sufficiently convincing and reliable evidence for development of clinical guidelines. Today, Russia is seeing unprecedented interest in traditional medicine. In 2026, with the support of Ministry of Health, at the National Medical Research Center for Rehabilitation and Balneology, which I represent, a Center for Traditional Medicine was established to coordinate activities related to traditional medicine in Russia. National Medical Research Center for Rehabilitation and Balneology of the Russian Ministry of Health is a leader in health resort treatment, medical rehabilitation, and traditional medicine in the Russian Federation with more than a century of history. The center was more than 2,400 beds for medical rehabilitation and health resort treatment, the largest scientific and educational centers in each field, and clinical and experimental laboratories. More than 46,000 patients are treated here every year. What makes our center unique is that it consists of 8 branches located in 4 regions of Russia: in Moscow region, on the Black Sea coast, and in the region of Caucasian therapeutic mineral waters. All branches of our center are equipped with state-of-the-art rehabilitation and spa treatment facilities for Russian and foreign patients. This includes equipment for mat therapy, hydrotherapy, and speleotherapy procedures. The Center of Traditional Medicine, affiliated with the National Medical Research Center for Rehabilitation and Balneology of the Russian Ministry of Health, was established with the aim of contributing to the health and longevity of the Russian population through the integration of modern and traditional medicine. The main areas of activity of the Coordination Center of Traditional Medicine are as follows: coordinating clinical activities in the field of traditional medicine in Russia, coordinating and implementing scientific research on key issues in the traditional medicine through integration with Russian scientific organizations and international cooperation. Participating in Russian and international scientific, practical, and educational programs in the main areas of traditional medicine. Implementation of effective treatment, rehabilitation, and health resort treatment programs for the patient based on traditional medicine methods, as well as monitoring and coordination of their application. The establishment of Center of Traditional Medicine provides a platform for expanding international cooperation in the field of traditional medicine in the areas of medical tourism, science, and education. So today's centuries of experience in traditional medicine deserve close attention and need to be adapted to the modern healthcare system. We propose the next outlook for the cooperation in the field of traditional medicine, systematization of traditional medicine methods, their integration in the modern healthcare system, and wide application use in clinical practice. Digitalization and association with new medical technologies, particularly the establishment of the unified digital resource for traditional medicine methods. Exchange of rich experience in the field of traditional medicine, expansion of international cooperation in the field of training of doctors and medical professionals, joint medical project and scientific research. The integration of modern and traditional medicine through the creation of special regulatory and legal conditions and approving scientific and educational base will enable a wider use of traditional medicine methods in treatment, rehabilitation, and health resort programs to improve the health and life expectancy of the population. Thank you for your attention.